If your hair feels weaker, is thinning, is shedding, or just won't seem to grow any thicker, this one thing might just be the secret key to unlock your hair growth.
Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he shall make your path straight. Amen.
And so many people struggle with thin, lifeless hair for years until they discover the shocking truth about vitamin D. And trust me, you do not want to miss this. So many of us in the natural hair community try countless oils, tea rinses, shampoos, conditioners, everything under the sun, and I'm guilty of this, I won't lie. Still stuck with the same issues of thin, lifeless hair that is just not growing, breaking off, very brittle, very fragile. But sometimes the issue isn't with what you put on your hair, it's what's missing from the inside. Your body's struggle to maintain these optimal levels of vitamin D may be the culprit. And for people of color, for blacks, brown skinned people like me, the challenge is even greater. And I truly believe a lot of the issues that us darker skinned people face with natural hair growth go so beyond our texture and all these things. It's also due to underlying very low vitamin D levels. So have you always wondered why perhaps certain lighter skinned individuals can grow hair to a certain length and maybe certain darker skinned individuals can't grow hair to a certain length? It might just be vitamin D. But the good news is you can take control. And in this video, I'm going to be showing you the exact vital connection between vitamin D and healthy, thick, luscious hair growth so that you can keep your hair flourishing all year long. So vitamin D is such an essential part of the hair follicle cycle. It actually activates new follicles, encouraging new hair growth, and it keeps your scalp very healthy by helping to support that cell turnover. And without enough vitamin D, your hair growth quite literally slows down. Hair follicles can become dormant and hair shedding can increase. Research has shown that vitamin D deficiency is directly linked to hair loss, conditions like alopecia. Simply put, if your hair is very low in vitamin D, your hair will suffer. So why are people of color like myself more at risk? So melanin, which is the pigment that gives skin its darker skin tone, naturally decreases your skin's ability to produce vitamin D from sunlight. So that just means that people of color like myself or you, if you're watching, require longer exposures to sunlight to produce the same amount of vitamin D that a lighter skinned individual can do. And studies indicate that 80% of people in African, Caribbean, and also South Asian descent are more than likely to be vitamin D deficient. I don't know about you, but that is a very high number. So the chances are, if there's 100 people watching this, 80 of us, you guys are probably lacking in vitamin D, and it's most likely going to be affecting your hair. And this is more prominent in countries that just don't have sunlight. For example, the UK, we are really struggling here. Every single winter, my vitamin D levels are at an all-time low. And if you're in a US state, for example, that is extremely cold, like Michigan or wherever, you're probably going to be in the same boat as I'm in. During the winter especially, we have shorter days, we spend so much more time indoors because outside is so ghetto. We're wearing our layers because it's just so freezing cold. How can we not wear them, right? And all these things make it so much harder to produce vitamin D naturally. And just combine this with the added harsher winter weather conditions. It's snowing, it's raining, it's cold, your hair is more likely to be dry, lacking in moisture, and therefore breaking off. So with all these things combined, winter weather, low vitamin D, you literally have a recipe for a hair setback. And that's why every single year you may be seeing no length retention, particularly around the winter months. So what are the signs you might actually be deficient in vitamin D? Number one is extreme fatigue and low energy levels. Number two is depression or mood swings, and a lot of people may even think these are seasonal blues or winter blues. Another sign is an extremely weak immunity, where you're just catching every single cold, every single flu, every single virus, you seem to be catching it. Another sign is, of course, your hair thinning, excessive shedding, or just completely stalled hair growth. And if you're experiencing any types of these symptoms, it may just be a sign that you're very low in vitamin D. But do not let winter or the lack of vitamin D steal your hair glow. I'm going to be telling you some actionable steps that you can do from right today to increase your overall vitamin D levels. Number one, of course, is the very free and very easy sunlight exposure. Simply getting as much as 15 to 30 minutes a day of direct sunlight exposure. Leaving your house, direct sunlight exposure. Exposing your face, your arms, your legs as much as you can. The more kind of skin surface area you expose, the better. Can really help to increase your vitamin D levels. So this may be a sign to just go outside and touch grass. Another thing is vitamin D rich foods. So things like salmon, tuna, egg yolks, and even mushrooms into your diet. And I truly think this is the best way to actually incorporate vitamin D into your diet versus looking at fortified cereals and all these things, because at the end of the day, natural sources of vitamin D are always going to absorb better than these man-made, chemical created versions of them. Another way is to consider taking a high quality vitamin D supplement. The general recommendation is about 600 to 800 IUs a day, but I'm actually going to link a video to why I think we should be taking a lot more. A really great way to actually increase your vitamin D levels with a natural supplement is cod liver oil, because cod liver oil is very high in vitamin A and vitamin D, and it's a natural source, so your body can actually recognize it, and it's something you can also take on a daily basis. Another quick tip is actually just some lifestyle adjustments, doing things like getting a UV lamp or other therapy devices designed for vitamin D production, especially when you live in an area with very little sunlight. UV lamps, all that stuff are very good for naturally producing vitamin D. So how does vitamin D actually fit into your winter hair care routine? Healthy hair truly starts from within. And while you're using really great moisturizing conditioners like the Moisture Miracle Deep Conditioner and leave-in, which is packed with humectants like glycerin and honey that literally grab water from the air and into your hair and filling all that goodness in with an amazing oil that will also strengthen your hair, these products will really help to protect and nourish your strands externally. But addressing your internal health is just as important. But before you go ahead and run and purchase, because I know you want to do that, addressing your internal health is still equally as important. Pair your external hair care with internal self-care using a diet that is rich in nutrients like iron, vitamin D, omega-3 fatty acids. And you will quite literally watch your hair goals become a reality. Even in the toughest winter months, even if you're living in the middle of Alaska where there's literally no sunlight, I guarantee you, pairing your hair with external medicine and internal medicine of vitamin D, you're gonna see some great length retention this year. So, vitamin D deficiency does not have to hold your hair back this winter. Take charge of your hair health by implementing these simple, sometimes even free, walking outside tips to encourage healthy hair growth. And for products that complement this holistic hair care journey, visit aminornaturals.com and use the code VitaminD for 15% off your next order. And if you haven't already, what are you doing? You need to join the 75 inches hair growth challenge, where we're doing 75 days, simple habits, and maximum hair growth. There are over 1,000 ladies on there, and we are absolutely killing it. I'm giving out daily tips, daily encouragement. I'm showing you guys exactly what I'm doing with my hair and what you can do with your hair. So if you haven't joined the community, then I don't know what you're doing, girl. We need to get these inches this 2025. So I'll see you in the challenge. Bye for now.